Welcome to EngRies, your daily source of English stories to improve your language skills. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced learner, our stories will help you master English step by step. In this video, we'll explore 5 short stories for A1 English learners. Each story will be read along with an Arabic translation to help with understanding. Let's get started. Listen closely and practice along, focusing on pronunciation. A day at the park. It's a sunny Saturday morning. The Smith family decides to go to the park. Tom, the father, drives the car. Mary, the mother, packs a picnic basket with sandwiches, fruit, and juice. Their 2 children, Emma and Jack, are excited. They love playing in the park. When they arrive, they see the big green trees and the blue sky. The park is full of people. Some children are playing on the swings, and others are running around. The family finds a nice spot under a big tree. They put down a blanket and sit on it. Tom and Mary relax while Emma and Jack run to the playground. Emma goes on the swing, and Jack plays with a ball. They laugh and have fun. After some time, Mary calls them for lunch. "Come and eat," she says. Emma and Jack run back to the blanket. They are hungry. The family eats sandwiches and drinks juice. After lunch, they eat some sweet strawberries. The sun is warm, and they feel happy. After eating, the family plays a game of frisbee. Tom throws the frisbee to Emma. She catches it and throws it to Jack. They all laugh and enjoy their time together. The wind is gentle, and the park is peaceful. As the afternoon ends, the Smith family packs up their things. "It's time to go home," Tom says. Emma and Jack are tired but happy. They walk back to the car, holding hands with their parents. On the way home, Emma says, "Today was a fun day at the park." Jack nods and smiles. The family had a great day, full of laughter, food, and games. The Lost Cat. It was a sunny afternoon, and Lily, a little girl with brown hair and bright eyes, was playing outside in her garden. She loved running around and enjoying the warm weather. As she played, she suddenly heard a soft noise coming from the bushes nearby. Curious, she stopped and listened closely. Out of the bushes came a small, white cat. The cat looked scared and hungry, its fur a little dirty. Lily knelt down and gently called to the cat, "Here, kitty." The cat cautiously approached her, purring softly. Lily carefully picked up the cat, holding it close. Lily looked around but didn't see anyone nearby. She wondered where the cat had come from. "Are you lost?" she asked quietly, petting the cat. It meowed in response, and Lily knew she had to help it find its home. She decided to ask her neighbors if they had lost a cat. Lily started by visiting Mrs. Green, her neighbor. "Hi, Mrs. Green," she said, holding the cat. "Is this your cat?" Mrs. Green shook her head with a smile. "No, dear, that's not my cat, but it's adorable." Lily thanked her and went to the next house. She knocked on Mr. Brown's door and asked if the cat belonged to him. Mr. Brown looked at the cat and smiled kindly. "No, Lily, it's not mine," he said. "But good luck finding its owner." Lily nodded and continued her search, feeling determined. Lily asked a few more neighbors, but no one recognized the cat. The sun was starting to set, and she began to worry. "What if I can't find where you belong?" she said to the cat, feeling a little sad. She didn't want to leave the cat without finding its home. Just as Lily was about to give up, she noticed a small poster on a tree near the park. The poster had a picture of the white cat she was holding. It read, "Lost cat. Please call if found." Lily felt a wave of relief. She had found the cat's owner. Excitedly, Lily ran home with the cat in her arms. She showed her mom the poster and asked if she could call the number. Her mom agreed, and they called the owner. "Thank you so much," the woman on the phone said. "I've been searching everywhere for my cat." A few minutes later, a woman arrived at Lily's house. She was so happy to see her lost cat. "Thank you for taking care of her," she said, giving Lily a warm hug. The cat purred happily in her arms, glad to be back home. That night, Lily went to bed feeling proud and peaceful. She had helped the lost cat find its way home, and that made her heart happy. As she drifted off to sleep, she whispered, "Maybe one day, I'll have a cat of my own." My birthday party. It was the morning of Ben's birthday, and he woke up feeling excited. Today was his 7th birthday, and his parents had planned a party for him. Ben couldn't wait to celebrate with his friends and family. He quickly got dressed and ran downstairs to see his parents setting up decorations in the living room. The house was filled with colorful balloons, streamers, and a big banner that said, "Happy Birthday, Ben." His mom was in the kitchen baking his favorite chocolate cake, while his dad was arranging the chairs and setting up games for the party. Ben smiled as he watched them work hard to make his day special. By noon, everything was ready. The table was covered with snacks like chips, cookies, and sandwiches. Ben's little sister, Emma, helped by placing party hats on each plate. Ben felt so happy as he imagined all his friends arriving soon. He was especially excited about the surprise his parents had promised. Soon, the doorbell rang, and Ben's friends started to arrive. They came with presents wrapped in colorful paper and big smiles on their faces. Ben greeted them at the door, feeling proud to be the birthday boy. Everyone gathered in the living room, where they played fun games like musical chairs and pin the tail on the donkey. After the games, it was time for cake. Ben's mom brought out the big chocolate cake with 7 candles on top. Everyone sang happy birthday, and Ben closed his eyes to make a wish before blowing out the candles. His friends cheered, and Ben felt warm and happy inside. As they ate the delicious cake, Ben's dad announced that it was time for the surprise. He led everyone outside to the backyard, where there was a bouncy castle waiting for them. All the kids shouted with excitement and quickly took off their shoes to jump on it. Ben couldn't believe how much fun he was having. The afternoon flew by as they bounced, laughed, and played together. Ben's grandparents arrived later with more gifts and lots of hugs. They sat and watched as the kids enjoyed the bouncy castle. Ben felt so loved and appreciated by everyone who came to celebrate with him. When it was time for the party to end, Ben thanked each of his friends for coming. He handed them small gift bags with candies and toys as a way to say thank you. Even though the day was coming to a close, Ben felt that this had been his best birthday ever. That night, Ben sat in his room, surrounded by presents and memories of a wonderful day. He opened each gift, feeling grateful for his friends and family. As he lay in bed, he thought about how lucky he was to have such amazing people in his life. Ben drifted off to sleep with a big smile on his face, dreaming of more fun birthdays to come. His heart was full of joy, and he couldn't wait to see what the next year would bring. The new school. It was Max's first day at his new school. He felt nervous as he walked through the big front gates, clutching his backpack tightly. The school was much bigger than his old one, with tall buildings and many students walking around. Max's heart raced as he looked for his classroom. He hoped he would make new friends soon. Max finally found his classroom. He took a deep breath and stepped inside. The teacher, Mrs. Lee, smiled warmly at him. "Hello, Max. Welcome to our class," she said kindly. Max felt a little better hearing her friendly voice. He took a seat near the window, hoping someone would sit next to him. During the morning lesson, Max tried to focus on the teacher, but his mind kept wandering. He looked around at the other students. They were all busy with their work, chatting quietly with each other. Max wished he could join in, but he felt too shy to speak. He hoped someone would talk to him at lunch. When the lunch bell rang, Max walked slowly to the cafeteria. He got his lunch and sat down at an empty table. He watched the other kids laughing and talking with their friends. Max missed his old school and his best friend, Tom. Just as he started to feel lonely, a boy with glasses came over and sat next to him. "Hi, I'm Ben," the boy said with a smile. "Can I sit with you?" Max nodded, feeling relieved. "I'm Max," he replied quietly. Ben started telling Max about the school, where to find the library, and which teachers were the nicest. Max listened carefully, feeling less nervous with every word Ben said. After lunch, Ben introduced Max to his other friends, Lucy and David. They were friendly and made Max feel welcome. Lucy loved reading books, and David was really good at math. Max was happy to meet them and excited to join their group. They promised to play together during recess. During recess, Max joined Ben, Lucy, and David on the playground. They played a game of soccer, running around and laughing. Max felt like he was already part of the group. It wasn't as scary as he had thought it would be. He realized that starting at a new school might not be so bad after all. As the school day ended, Max felt proud of himself. He had made new friends and even scored a goal during the soccer game. Mrs. Lee praised him for his hard work in class and told him he did a great job on his first day. Max smiled, feeling more confident about the days to come. When Max got home, he told his parents all about his day. "I was nervous at first, but I made new friends," he said happily. His parents were proud of him for being brave and trying his best. They knew he would do well at his new school. Max felt excited to go back the next day. The next morning, Max walked into school with a smile on his face. He was excited to see his new friends and learn more. He felt much more comfortable now that he knew his way around. As he waved to Ben, Lucy, and David, he realized that he was already starting to love his new school. Over the next few days, Max settled into his new routine. He enjoyed his classes and liked all his teachers. Every day at lunch, he sat with Ben, Lucy, and David. They talked about their favorite books, games, and hobbies. Max felt like he had found his place in the school. One day, Max's class went on a field trip to the local museum. Max and his friends explored the exhibits, learning about history and science. Max was excited to see the dinosaur bones and old artifacts. He was glad he had new friends to share the experience with. The trip made him feel even more connected to his new school. As the weeks passed, Max became more and more confident. He joined the soccer team and started playing in matches after school. He also joined the art club with Lucy, where they drew pictures and made crafts. Max loved being part of the school community and trying new things. Max's teacher, Mrs. Lee, noticed how well he was doing. She praised him for his efforts and encouraged him to keep up the good work. Max felt proud of himself and worked even harder in class. He enjoyed learning and was happy to be at a school where he felt supported. One day, Max's parents came to visit the school for a parent-teacher meeting. Mrs. Lee told them how well Max was doing and how he had made many new friends. Max's parents were so proud of him. They knew that moving to a new school had been a big change, but Max had handled it well. At the end of the first term, Max received a special award for being a good student and a helpful friend. He was surprised and happy to be recognized. His friends cheered for him as he accepted the award from the principal. Max felt proud of everything he had achieved in his first few months at the new school. By the time the holidays arrived, Max felt completely at home in his new environment. He had made strong friendships, joined clubs, and excelled in his studies. Max's parents were happy to see him so content and confident. They knew that moving had been the right decision for him. On the last day of school before the holidays, Max and his friends exchanged gifts and cards. They promised to meet up during the break and stay in touch. Max felt lucky to have such great friends. He was already looking forward to coming back to school after the holidays. As Max left school that day, he thought about how much he had grown since his first day. He was no longer the nervous new kid. He was part of the school, with friends, teachers, and activities he loved. Max knew that this school was going to be a great place for him to learn and grow. Max walked home with a smile on his face, feeling grateful for his new school. He was excited for the future and all the adventures that awaited him. As he entered his house, he knew that he had found his place, and he couldn't wait to see what the next term would bring. Shopping for groceries. It was Saturday morning, and Anna decided to go shopping for groceries. She grabbed her shopping list and her reusable bags. The supermarket was just a short walk from her house. As she walked, she thought about the meals she would cook for the week. She knew she needed to buy some fresh vegetables, fruits, and other essentials. When Anna arrived at the supermarket, she picked up a shopping cart. The store was busy with people buying their groceries. Anna started in the produce section, where she carefully selected some apples, bananas, and oranges. She also picked up a few tomatoes, carrots, and a head of lettuce. The fruits and vegetables looked fresh and colorful. Next, Anna moved to the dairy section. She grabbed a carton of milk, a block of cheese, and a small container of yogurt. She checked the expiration dates to make sure they were fresh. Anna loved making healthy snacks with yogurt and fruit, so she was excited to try a new flavor of yogurt she found on the shelf. Anna then headed to the bread aisle. She picked up a loaf of whole grain bread for sandwiches. She also grabbed a pack of tortillas, thinking she could make some wraps for lunch. The smell of freshly baked bread filled the air, and it made Anna feel hungry. In the meat section, Anna chose some chicken breasts and ground beef. She planned to cook chicken stir-fry for dinner and make hamburgers later in the week. She made sure to pick the best cuts of meat and placed them carefully in her cart. The meat section was busy, so she quickly moved on to the next aisle. Anna walked through the pasta and rice aisle. She grabbed a bag of rice and a box of spaghetti. These items were always useful to have in her kitchen. She also picked up a jar of tomato sauce to go with the spaghetti. Anna thought about making a big pasta dinner for her friends. As she moved through the snack aisle, Anna picked up a bag of chips and a box of cookies. She smiled, thinking about enjoying a treat after a long day. Anna tried to choose healthier snacks most of the time, but she allowed herself a few treats now and then. After all, balance was important. Anna then visited the frozen food section. She picked up a bag of frozen vegetables and a box of frozen pizza. Sometimes, after a busy day, she didn't have the energy to cook, so having quick meals in the freezer was helpful. The freezer section was cold, so she hurried to finish her shopping. Finally, Anna went to the drinks aisle. She grabbed a bottle of orange juice and a few cans of sparkling water. She liked to have a variety of drinks at home, especially when she had guests over. The drinks were heavy, so she placed them carefully at the bottom of her cart. With her shopping list complete, Anna headed to the checkout. She waited in line, looking at the magazines and candy by the register. When it was her turn, the cashier smiled and asked, "Did you find everything you needed today?" Anna nodded and began placing her items on the conveyor belt. The cashier scanned each item and packed them into Anna's reusable bags. Anna watched the total on the screen as the cashier scanned the last few items. When everything was packed, the cashier told Anna the total price. Anna took out her wallet, paid for the groceries, and thanked the cashier. Anna pushed her cart to the parking lot and loaded her bags into her car. She was glad she remembered her reusable bags, as they made carrying the groceries easier. The sun was shining, and Anna felt good about getting her shopping done early in the day. She was ready to go home and start preparing meals for the week. When Anna arrived home, she carried her bags into the kitchen. She unpacked the groceries, placing the fruits and vegetables in the fridge and the pantry items in the cupboard. It felt good to see her kitchen fully stocked with food. Anna started to think about what she would cook for dinner that night. After everything was put away, Anna sat down with a glass of water. Grocery shopping could be tiring, but she was glad she had everything she needed. She looked at the list of meals she had planned for the week and smiled. Cooking was one of her favorite things to do. Later that evening, Anna began preparing dinner. She took out the chicken breasts she had bought and started chopping the vegetables. She was making a healthy chicken stir-fry with rice. The kitchen filled with the delicious smell of cooking food, and Anna felt happy knowing she was preparing a meal from the fresh ingredients she had bought. As she cooked, Anna thought about how much she enjoyed her weekly trips to the supermarket. It wasn't just about getting food, it was about planning and preparing for the week ahead. She loved knowing that she had everything she needed to make healthy and tasty meals. When dinner was ready, Anna sat down at the table and enjoyed her meal. The chicken stir-fry was delicious, and she was proud of herself for cooking such a nutritious dinner. She thought about sharing the recipe with her friends the next time they came over. After dinner, Anna cleaned up the kitchen and packed the leftovers for lunch the next day. She was glad she had bought enough food to last the week. Grocery shopping had once seemed like a chore, but now it was something she looked forward to. It helped her feel organized and prepared. As Anna relaxed in the evening, she thought about the week ahead. She was ready for work, for cooking, and for spending time with her friends. She knew that having her groceries prepared made everything easier. Anna smiled, knowing she was ready for whatever the week would bring. Before going to bed, Anna checked her fridge one last time to make sure everything was in place. She was satisfied with her shopping trip and felt grateful for the fresh food she had. With a content heart, she turned off the lights and headed to bed, looking forward to a new day. That's it for today. I hope you found this helpful. If you've made it this far, comment "listening is key" below. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, like the video, and leave a comment to encourage us to keep sharing valuable content like this. We're new to YouTube, so if you have any suggestions to improve our content, let us know in the comments. Check out the channel for more videos, and see you in the next one.